The narrative of San Junipero, a beloved episode of Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror, revolves around two women, Yorkie and Kelly, that overcome several emotional barriers to be together in the digital afterlife. Throughout the episode, their interactions are characterized by the increased presence of water, which in turn provides a scenic motif that represents truth and honesty when communicating with themselves and each other, which allows Yorkie to overcome her struggles with ableism and homophobia, while Kelly overcomes the feelings of loss she experienced through her family's deaths. The ocean is shown in a long shot at the beginning, in stark contrast to the dance club Yorkie first spots Kelly in. This place is filled with several reminders of Yorkie's identity outside of San Junipero. She expresses discomfort at the video game that resembles the car accident that rendered her quadriplegic, as well as the thought of dancing.
Let's not limit ourselves.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. Come on.
No. I'll look dumb.
Just follow my lead.
When she's had enough, Yorkie finally walks out of the club and into the rain. Here, she has a conversation with Kelly where she begins to openly discuss her LGBT identity through the biases of her homophobic family.
You know, two girls dancing.
And these beliefs are then challenged by Kelly.
Okay, one, folks are way less uptight than they used to be. And two, this is a party town. No one's judging.
As Yorkie walks away afterwards, she steps through a small puddle. This small pool of water shows us that this small event has opened up a new perspective for Yorkie, and her liberation only increases from here. As the narrative of the story progresses, we see Yorkie grow more comfortable with her suppressed sexuality as she begins to spend more time with Kelly, who coincidentally owns a home right next to the ocean. The happiness and comfort Yorkie begins to feel as she embraces her true identity is characterized by her movements towards the ocean shore in each scene. As she and Kelly grow closer, we see her approaching the ocean throughout the episode until she finally passes over and out of the real world. As this happens, there is a dissolve from the physical world to San Junipero, where Yorkie is finally seen at the shore walking in the water. This comes to symbolize her liberation. She's finally free of the homophobia and ableism that once bound her on Earth, and she's come to live her full truth with her new wife. After Yorkie's connection to the water has been fully explored and resolved with her freedom, the other main character of the episode, Kelly, also experiences the notions of truth brought about by the water, and through discussing them, she liberates herself from the pain brought on by grieving for her family. The honesty that comes as a result of her proximity to the ocean is shown from the first time Yorkie spends the night with her, which is framed by a high-angle crane shot of the ocean, to the day they celebrate their marriage when they have an argument about the reality of the situation. It is here where Yorkie begins to comprehend the fact that Kelly had her own struggles through life, and this opens up a new level of honesty between the two.
I was with him for 49 years. You can't begin to imagine. You can't know.
After the argument, Kelly crashes her car in a fashion similar to Yorkie in her early days. Going through this experience while in view of the ocean shows that Kelly now understands and sees the truth of Yorkie's life and experiences. Going through a severe accident such as hers meant that she never got the chance at a life at all, regardless of whether it came with the pain and guilt that Kelly feels. And after knowing this truth, Kelly makes the decision to pass away, as well as pass over, while looking over a large body of water at her retirement home, symbolizing the vast amount of honesty between the two.
All things considered, I guess I'm ready.
In the end, now fully liberated from the trauma and depression of their real lives, Yorkie and Kelly ride away down a coastal highway. By this time in the story, the amount of water present is much larger than ever before, which touches on the fact that the couple are now living as honestly and free as they've ever been. Yorkie was tied down in real life by the views of her homophobic family and the ableism she suffered after her accident, but in San Junipero she can walk and love the way she wants to. For Kelly, the guilt she felt after her daughter's early death and her husband's passing consumed her, but after finding honesty with Yorkie and realizing that her life was never guaranteed to be as good as it was, she liberates herself from the mental weight that she carried. The way the motif of water is used in this episode shows how they free themselves from these traumas, and shows their gradual progress to happiness and freedom.